Welcome in to College Day, y'all, here on Brighter Day with A and A. We're going to start out with a special treat, y'all.
Aviana,
tell me what you know about the Jackson State University. We're going to start the song.
Okay, I was getting rhythm in my head.
All right. You ready, Anna?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go.
Tell me what you know about the Jackson State University. 1400 J.R. Lynch Street. That's me. Hey, that's me. Yo, welcome into College Day. Getting ready to support and talk about our college experience, Anna. I know I got so much school spirit. I love my time at JSU.
I have met a lot of people in my life, Aviana. You have the most school spirit of anyone I've ever met.
I went to the best college.
I love that. I think that is amazing. You need to be a recruiter.
You know what? I was a part of recruitment. I was a JSU Blue ambassador in my time at Jackson State. So, you know, it kind of just keeps going. It keeps going. You know, you love your school, and so we're excited to share our college experience with you all, give you all some advice, and y'all gonna hear from some very special people in our lives also. So that's all coming up on this episode. What we want y'all to do, though, as we're talking and kind of telling about our college experience, is to drop some comments in there in the chat.
We want to know where you went to college.
Yes, shout out your alma mater. Shout out some memories. Think about people who you went to college with and you want to give them a shout out. Add them to the chat. Share the post, y'all. Make it big. Make it a party so we can represent our schools.
I just like taking these college
and bring some college spirit. And I taught you how to do it the JSU way.
Yes,
let's show
yeah,
them.
okay.
There you go.
Yes, apparently that makes a very nice bead.
Beautiful.
When everybody, I'm gonna have to go.
It's an experience.
I really want to hear this, see this, experience this, because if you love your school this much.
Oh yeah.
Does everyone love JSU?
Of course. If JSU people get in the comments and let her know.
Yes,
we love.
let me know. I love that.
Yes, we love our school. It's great, and I'm going to tell you all how great it is. So again, as we're talking about our experience, drop them in the chat, drop them in the comments. We're getting some comments already. That's what we're looking for as we continue. So Anna, you want to start with your experience first?
Yes.
Let the people know. Y'all know who I'm with, Anna. Who
are
you?
You wear it so proudly. I am very proud of where I went to college, but sadly, I do not have any T-shirts or sweatshirts that are in good enough condition to wear for this episode. They've all been worked in and loved, and they're just not in good shape anymore because I graduated college in 2020. So it's been a few years. Yes. It's been a few years. I need to go get me a new T-shirt. But I am wearing the colors. I went to William Carey University in Hattiesburg, and we just did a news story on William Carey yesterday.
Surely did.
And Anish made a top 10 universities in the state of Mississippi list, and they made number 2. So
congratulations.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I will say that I absolutely loved my time at William Carey. I was a recruiter for William Carey as well. And I just love how sweet an atmosphere that William Carey is. And it's appropriate that their name is William Carey.
Oh,
because they really care. Every single person on that campus cares about you. Every professor cares about you. And it just really feels like a big family, kind of like we have here at WTOK. So I really am drawn to those atmospheres that are very family oriented. I guess.
I agree.
Yeah, that's where I went. I got a degree in secondary education and a degree in mass communication with a focus in journalism. So
wonderful.
All my degrees came from William Carey.
So she is a true alum here. Do y'all have? I know y'all got an alma mater, y'all school song or something. You remember it? All right, Anna, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
We do have one. It's not as fun as yours. We sing it in chapel, and I do not remember.
Oh no, that right there is just a little chant.
Get to class early. I would have all my notebooks out, my different colored pens ready to go, and then I would always be studying. But for fun, I really liked to hang out at our BSU building. We had some fun things happening there, and really I was just very focused. I was not. The reason I love William Carey is because it was such a caring atmosphere, and people are there because they want to do well in their career and they want to learn the knowledge. They're not there necessarily for the party experience or I was never drawn to that, and I even actually toured bigger universities that had better news studios, better equipment, and they were like, yeah, you definitely want to come here, and I was like, no, I don't want to just be another face in a university of kids just walking around. So I liked it at William Carey because everybody knew who I was. All my professors knew me by name. If they saw me in the grocery store today, they would be like, Anna, how are you?
That's great.
I'm friends with all of them on Facebook. They really took the time to give me a really good quality education. And I just feel like I learned so much more in that environment. And also, if I was sitting in the back and I was being kind of reserved, they wouldn't let you do that. They would come check on you. They would make sure you were getting information. And I needed that because if I would have been in like a huge class full of college kids just there to experience college, I wouldn't have done well probably. And so I think that was a really good fit for me, which kind of goes into our next topic, like how did you know JSU was a good fit for you? Because everybody is different and everybody goes into college looking for different things.
I'm glad you asked. Well, I knew Jackson State was the place for me when I stepped on that campus in the 8th grade. I was in the 8th grade, y'all.
You really do love.
Because, okay, so we were on a tour, right? We were on college tours around the state of Mississippi. So I went to Mississippi State, I went to Alcorn, I went to Jackson State. Yeah, so we were doing like thank you. So we were doing like these college tours around the campuses, right? And when I stepped in on Jackson State's campus, I was like, I stood at the end of that plaza, and y'all know for my JSU people, the plaza is like our second home, and I stood on the end of the plaza, and I was just like, something just came over me. I was like, this is where I have to go to school at. Like, and also my mom went to JSU, you know, so like it was already in the family. And when I got there, I was like, this is home. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And so then they said that I knew I wanted to do meteorology as well. And they were like, well, you can major directly in meteorology. You don't have to go around any route or any other course, so you can get your bachelor's of science in meteorology. I was sold. I was like, oh, wonderful. This, you know, this is great. And so leading up to the, you know, all that time, I got to Jackson State. And it was amazing. And I think we both can agree that college were some of the best years of our lives so far. Like, college was so great. And I'll give you all, you know, the reasons why. Not because it was just a fun time, because it was, but like you said, they truly care. And I never felt like I was a number. I was in the meteorology. That
really matters.
That matters the most. And so when we're selling you or trying to tell you about our college experience, yes, we had a great time. Yes, it was fun. I know I did get out and I party, but at the same time, I was there for my education. And when I stepped into that classroom, I mattered to my professors that were teaching me, students from Jackson State. So all 4 years of my collegiate career, I had an internship. A paid internship. I say that loud, paid internship. So they were paying me to do research or paying me to go and, you know.
And some of the things that she has done, I know y'all just see her on TV every day, but the research that she's done, and I'm telling you, Aviana is beauty and brains.
Oh,
she's
thank
not
you,
just
Anna.
out in front of the camera just telling y'all the weather. She really understands this stuff in a deeper way than
thanks.
She blows my mind sometimes, but I love it because I can ask her on my weather questions.
Yes,
all right, keep going.
And I'm there to help you.
And you learned a lot during your internship.
But through Jackson State, though, through the college that I chose, my dear old college home. But that's why I have so much love for my university, so much love for my school, because of the things that they helped me do. I became who I am at Jackson State. Most of us go into college young. I started college 18. Didn't know. Like, you know, we're just out here vibing in the world, you know,
like,
but by the time I left Jackson State, I was like, I can survive this world. Like, being on that campus and being around people who motivate you, who make you want to do better, who keep you focused, who keep you strong, who make sure that you're not slipping. Like you said, your professors knew, like they wouldn't, my professors called, Aviana, why are you not in class today? Aviana, where are you today? We got this coming up. Come to class, you know.
And some people don't understand that, because I'm telling you, at these big, when I used to be a recruiter, sometimes we would go to these big universities for whatever event we would be.
It's not the same.
I would get lost. I mean, there's no way your teacher can know you in a sea of 500 faces. I mean, they can do their best. They can present the information great. They can be intriguing, but there's no way they can have that personal connection with you because there's way too many people.
We were truly family.
Yes.
We went to lunch together. We went on outings together. You know, if something happened in one of our lives and we were sad, we were there for each other.
Right.
We really supported and nurtured each other through everything, especially through getting our degree, because that's tough. I mean, going to college is not an easy task. Going to college makes you, you know, you want to work hard, you want to do the work, but sometimes it is overwhelming.
And you have to find out, you want to work, you want to do good, you want to be successful, but you have to find out what you want to do.
Yes.
Like, I ended up changing my major. I mentioned this in a past episode. I epically failed at music. I always wanted to be a singer growing up, can sing, can do all that stuff, can play a teeny bit by ear, but music theory, that was completely different. It was the science of music and why it's on the paper, and like, it's kind of like music math, and it made music not enjoyable for me at all. It was
like, no.
It was horrible. Like, it was the worst thing I've ever done. And so I literally would have dropped out of college if my communications professor would not have bumped into me in the cafeteria and said, I know who you are based on these activities that I've seen you involved in, and I know you would be good at this. Please consider it. If she wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Right. And so it just takes that one person to truly care, that one person to really reach out. And then what makes it great is that you're filled with a campus full of that one person.
Yes.
You know, it's not just that one person. I know I can say the same for my university, and Anna is agreeing. So, like, when you go to a school or you're living this college experience, you know, it's not just about having fun. It's about getting there, learning what you can, meeting wonderful people, y'all, meeting so many great people, taking opportunities, even though you're like, hey, I didn't want to research. I did not want to be a researcher. I never wanted to research. I always knew I wanted to broadcast. Growing up, I either wanted to be an actress or I wanted to be a meteorologist.
I could see it.
I didn't know what a meteorologist was, but I knew I loved the weather. And then when I figured out that you can do this as a job, then I was like, oh, I want to do that. I never wanted to research. I always used to express that, because sitting behind a desk and looking at numbers, I'm like, that's not me. You know, I'm more out and moving and grooving. So I did not want to do that as my profession, but I did not let that stop me from taking those opportunities in school that helped me pay for school, that got me through school. And I also use all of my research experience now in my forecasting. So now when I'm looking at hurricanes, I'm like, oh, I did research on that, you know, so I can understand what I'm forecasting a lot better based off of my past experience and the stuff that I learned through all of those internships that I got through Jackson State. And I would have never, you know, learned any of those things or been in those positions if I didn't choose JSU. College is your choice, and make sure that when you are thinking about what school you want to go to, listen to no one outside. Do your research. Take the time out to figure out.
Take a tour.
Yes.
Like,
take a tour, please.
When you actually go to campus, I mean, I literally shut down a tour one time. I'm not going to say where it was, because I'm sure many of you went to this university, and I do not want to offend you. But I went, and I was just like,
this is not it, right?
I mean, they have a top-of-the-line studio. They were offering me scholarship money. They were really trying to get me to go there. And I mean, I saw these sorority houses and fraternities and kids just there to party, and like, it was huge. And it just didn't feel like people were there thinking about their future career and success. They were there to party, and that is my worst pet peeve. I know I'm lame. I know I'm a goody two-shoes.
No,
but
stop
I hate it when people are like, I can't wait to get to college and party. That's all well and good, but you are there so that you can learn and be successful in your future career. And if you pick a college based on, ooh, they're going to have the best parties, you're not going to be as successful in your future career.
If that's all you focus on.
Yeah, and there's just so many college students that do that. Yeah. And I just hate it. Y'all don't do that.
You have to have a great, and we talked about this, great work-life balance. Same thing with college. You have to do, but let me tell you, I'm going to be honest. When I first went to school, I did not.
One of those kids.
I did not have it together, because it's your first taste of freedom. That's your first taste of.
Some people go crazy.
I'm not in my. I didn't go crazy, but I did. I was like slacking a little. I wasn't going to classes much because I'm out all night at the party,
and
you know, and so you're not focused. But again, that also is great. We go back to our first point of having people around you that's going to support you, that's not going to let you fall off. And thank God that I did have those people to say, Aviana, wake up. And then there was something in me like, hold on, girl, what are you doing?
You're
you know.
I want to be
focus,
on TV.
right?
I want to be a weather person.
Focus on what you're doing, and I think that's a very important thing to do, is focus when you get there. It's going to be tempting. You're going to want to hang out all night, but also make time for studying. If you do go to the parties, make sure before you go to the party that you study, that you do some type of work, turn in your homework, do all of your assignments. And my biggest piece of advice, I know we haven't got to advice yet. If you're listening to me and you are an incoming freshman, if you are on this live and you know somebody who is going into college, tell them I said do not take 8 a.m. classes. 8 a.m. in college is not the same.
And now we get up at 2 a.m.
Right, but 8 a.m. in college is not the same 8 a.m. in high school. It is not the same. Do not do it to yourself. Y'all hear me? Everybody, listen. Do not take 8 a.m. classes. Never. You're like, oh, I'm going to get up and get out of the way. No, you're not. No,
and
you're
now
not.
you bring that up. My first year of college, worked at a coffee shop. And I had to be there at 6 a.m. because they opened at 7:30. And I had to, like, make the coffee, get everything ready. Whew, y'all. That was miserable.
Right.
And now we work in the mornings. It's a lot
and
easier.
we get up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Back then, it felt like I was getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I was tired. I couldn't do as well in my classes because you would want to stay up late the night before.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all. So
no.
just keep your mornings free.
Keep your mornings free. You know, 10 o'clock classes, yes, right. Give yourself time to sleep in. Give yourself time to lounge around a little bit before you get up. Give yourself enough time to do your homework before you go to class, because some mornings it gets like that. Some days it's like, man, I forgot to do it. I got to turn in this assignment. Give yourself time in the morning for you, you know. And so we're going to kind of dive into more advice details, but I got to hype up JSU a little bit more, Anna, because my experience at school was so awesome, y'all. We had some of the best homecoming concerts. We had some of the best people coming to talk to us. Kurt Franklin was on our campus, y'all, that year I was there. I mean, my 4 years at Jackson State was something. Also, when I was at JSU, my first year, I was a videographer for the football team. And so, y'all, going to every football game.
And you didn't want to go into sports broadcast?
No, I did not. I knew, no. But also, but speaking of broadcast, I was working with the National Weather Service at the time. And so National Weather Service helped us a lot during our time in Jackson. There, a lot of the alums from Jackson State work at the National Weather Service Jackson. And so they did give me the opportunity to do a football forecast. So I did that in school too. So so Saturdays when the game was on,
I
was up on there. It was nice. It was a great time. So again, all of these working parts the whole time I was at Jackson State has led me to my career here. So grateful for Jackson State, grateful for all my professors. Shout out to Dr. Reddy, y'all. Dr. Reddy was my intro to meteorology professor. He was really my professor through all my courses. We only had 3 professors in meteorology. But Dr. Reddy, every day in his class, my first meteorology class, intro to meteorology, I'm in there every day raising my hand. I know the answer to that. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. And some of you might want to cover your ears. I never studied until I got to college.
Oh, Avion, she's so smart.
No, Anna, no.
I
was just like, oh, I don't feel like studying. I'm going to just pray about it and go on. That's really what it was.
But you got to college.
And I was like, oh my God, this is for real. This is hard. I need to study. Like, if I don't study, I'm not going to pass.
You have to study in college.
You have to study. So I'm talking about sticky notes, Sharpies, pencils, get them ready.
Code your notes.
You're going to need to, right? Because you're going to need to study. So I didn't study until I got to intro, right? So in intro to meteorology, I was like, oh, this is for real. This is serious. This is my first college course. I'm so excited. But since I studied, I knew all the answers. And so I was like, oh, they actually ask questions in college. So I'm raising my hand.
Pouring advice out.
Yes.
We were going to save our advice for the end.